Good day and welcome to the program Midday Show, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We stream us on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl. And me where they bring counsel on this edition Fambul. And I'm Jaffa Mans Davis. Like all time inside the program, we get plenty news, information, newspaper headline, entertainment. So stay with me for the next 1 hour inside the program Midday Show. The program Midday Show, they continue, and yourself way they listen to it from wherever they get it from. Member take able for be part of the program by where I go use the number 077-981-981. The number again 077-981-981 for be part of this edition and add the voice to the different team them. Where would you look at inside this edition, or you can join the conversation now where the Democracy Facebook and YouTube page. Also, you can use the comment section for ask questions or make a contribution on the different things they would look at inside this edition. As today, with focus of discussion, we'll look at the role of Patriotic Advocacy Network for promote national development with focus on the recent findings but examination malpractice na the ongoing WAS exam where they carry on now. The program Midday Show they continue, and inside the program we start for look at issue them. This time they go outside the deputy bank governor, we they in charge of financial stability in the Bank of Salone, Alfred Sama, say government not deal with any stakeholder in Union Trust Bank during the term where them be they sell them to local commercial bank, because the bank not been get any couple and property again where stakeholder them benefit from. They talk this is our interview for Seka, the takeover where local commercial bank don't take over the Union Trust Bank. Alfred Sama talk more about this story. Reporter Musa Kama inside this interview.
It goes surprising for no say up to this day UTB capital requirement na 33 million new loans, while with the request for 122 to 270 million new loans. Now when a bank in this kind of state, important for the central bank pay attention to them or Becky intervene. Because if we don't intervene in our central bank, they fail. They make a run on all the banks. If you service they get account on other bank, you see the rush will go take him. The bank don't begin fail. So that this makes central bank go inside. It put the Union Trust Bank into resolution. What does that mean? We go there, we take over the management of Union Trust Bank, and we look for somebody where they buy over Union Trust Bank.
As we talk so now, waiting at the latest on this takeover.
As at 12 midnight yesterday, the 16th, Tuesday, the 16th of June, Union Trust Bank don't cease for exist as a bank, and local commercial bank don't assume ownership of Union Trust Bank, and to date and going forward, now local commercial bank don't own Union Trust Bank now all over the country.
What do you mean you don't own them?
Union Trust Bank then Trade is now owned by local commercial bank.
Including the name get for change?
For the branding and the change of name, the local commercial bank gets in shareholders then. Get the one that we left to them now for let them sit and discuss them one and day and decide whether for maintain the name UTB or for continue for change the name totally to Union Trust Bank and entirely.
What
commercial bank?
What thing go happen to the people who get money in a Union Trust Bank?
So to this day, Wednesday, as I talk to you now, where your local don't take over Union Trust Bank, no customer is affected. The money that they intact. Union Trust Bank they operate now all the branches in the country peacefully.
What about the staff them? What thing that happen to them?
All right. So government out of human anonymity don't take upon itself for pay benefits to all staff will be doing a Union Trust Bank. And at the same time, local commercial bank they take them over for a transition period of 6 months, assess them, and now decide who that is employ fully into the realm.
How sure now they say you not get to end up with cry and concerns?
Okay, Musa, as I talk to you now, there is no Union Trust Bank staff we don't get in benefit into your account, or not don't get letter for say we dey pay you benefit. I dey tell you say within yesterday to latest tomorrow, all staff of Union Trust Bank go don't get a benefit.
So no guarantee for employment.
Employment is guaranteed. Then they move over they all to Rokel for a transitional period of 6 months.
Rokel Commercial Bank take over everything about Union Trust Bank, including assets and liabilities.
Rokel Commercial Bank take over the good assets, took over the performing loans, it took over the deposit liabilities, customer depositing their money, it took over that one day.
What's in left?
Now the bad assets, the bad assets in the sense, that one they will not be they perform at all. Say for instance, that one they will be done they take loan. We get this country, people that can go to a bank then take a loan, when they take the loan, for then they pay that loan, it turn an issue. So then they go down, turn the bank, say the bank declare that loan a bad debt. So then loan they kind liability that they left.
In this takeover, una in any way deal with shareholders?
The Union Trust Bank not supposed to exist. We for liquidate or for shut and down.
Now, in shorting it down, me question that una deal with shareholders.
You ask me a question, I'm build a story around the question so people go understand at the end of the answer.
Right.
Good. This are the state in which Union Trust Bank been there. It been there in negative equity. And when an institution there in negative equity, that they may say, if all the customer there of Union Trust Bank then can't today at that time they so want to money. Even if Union Trust Bank decide for sell all them property, then including all them building, all them multiplier they get in this country, then add on to the cash they get at that time they're not going to pay them customer their money. If we be allowed them liquidate Union Trust Bank at that time they will IMF be saying shut and down. No deposit not be forget all the money. So but could not be forget the money self.
So now IMF advice now for shut and down.
They advise you. I tell you say Union Trust Bank be there in a bad state.
No, would that them the Rokel Commercial Bank buy from this bank? Government or the shareholders or Sanfa Kuruma in relatives then?
When you get negative equity, shareholder not get nothing there. That's not clear. If shareholder they been get money, if the bank not been get negative equity, government not be for kind side. For seller who can fill funding gap. But because they get negative equity, salary is where they been paying now from customer deposit ability for pay salary. If they buy fare for them, now customer money ability for buy fare. This is the state in which Union Trust Bank been. So no shareholder no they can happen this. Shareholder no get money.
What about the relatives of Sanfa Kuruma? You not been will list bank?
Bank don't do negative equity. Central bank don't go there now. They don't take them up in management. Yeah, we Central Bank take up the management of that bank there. Forget shareholders. They don't get handed again. What will they do?
In a simple term, they tell the public say the shareholders them that and letter they waiting the call for justice and let the nobody bank to them again no go stand.
Musa Kama, if you go na Union, if you don't go na Union Trust Bank the website, the financial statement they do.
So, but no, for simple simple term, you think say they not get any height for ask for any ownership of the bank again?
Absolutely nothing.
What about the family of the late man?
You don't talk about shareholders, and he was part of the shareholders.
What not the worth of this takeover? How much it cost Rokel Commercial Bank for takeover?
I don't want to go into that question because
why?
Fine. One, we assess Rokel Commercial Bank based on their strength for take over the bank.
It not cost them money?
It cost them money.
What not the money we cost them?
No, I'm not in a position to mention what the money cost them here.
Why you know one mentioner? Why you know one mentioner?
Because I know one mentioner. That's all. Classified
but
information.
For transparency's sake.
No, it's a classified information.
Especially at a time when the shareholders then they ask now that let them give them the bank again, and you say the bank may be negative equity, and they're not been getting any moral height again for ask for anything.
Musa Kama, from where I don't start this interview to now, trust me, I have all the figures at the top of my head, but I don't mention no figure. Yeah, for professional reasons, and I will not mention any figure on the basis of professionalism.
Well, that's now the Deputy Bank Governor within charge of financial stability in the Bank of Salon. After Sama inside an interview with Musa Kama, they talk on government, then deal with, where you say government not deal with any stakeholder at the Union Trust Bank. During the term, we then be the sell them to Rokel Commercial Bank because the bank not get any couple and property where stakeholder them be the benefit from. Well, with this, we come back now studio and start the discussion this time. We welcome the team lead for Patriotic Advocacy Network, Ansumana Keta. Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of the program.
Thank you so much and thank you for having me. Good afternoon, listeners. And I feel blessed for Kana Radio Democracy Midday Show.
Yes, we'll get into the discussion. Quickly, a brief background about Patriotic Advocacy Network.
Patriotic Advocacy Network pan na an household name at this country also. Where they deal with patriotism, where patriotism simply means the genuine love we get for the country when I'm a mass alone. Patriotic Advocacy Network is founded on the solid rock for say we focus right now, we will focus for build the next generation where we can better this country also. So with thematic areas and deal with and in empowerment, youth leadership, education, of course, civic education. And over the years, we operate in all major schools. Like I say, we believe in catch them young and training the young minds than for rebrand the old minds based on the observation we do. So we don't do a lot of activities that with them geared towards commanding growth and development in the country. And part of them now we National Storytelling Festival, NSF.
Okay, we will come into the activities they want to do. But now, as a network, how long will that take?
Well, we don't do over a decade now. Founded in 2013. So we're there about 13 years now in operations.
From 2013 to now, how you go describe the journey for this network?
Patriotism na something we a very cumbersome for achieve na salon, and it's a battle with the fates we not easy at all because it gets for deal with mindset. If you check from 1961 to date, all waiting a salon problem na mindset. When we get the right mindset, we're able to get everything in place. So we your angle, we your ambit, what we choose a mindset. So now make we own battle a really cumbersome. When we talk about mindset, we are talking about a mindset wherein we are not looking for perfection, but we look at when it's come to salon, all man for put behind the APC, the SLPP, the NGC, the political affiliation. Because even with Constitution Section 13, paragraph B, it tells me for say, every citizen shall cultivate the spirit of nationalism and patriotism, so that loyalty to the state when a salon shall override all other sectional, ethnic, tribal loyalties. So the Constitution tells me for say, when it comes to salon, we loyalty for day to them. But thus so far, from 1961 to date, what they don't imbibe in us a loyalty to political party will be a benefit base. So the selfish one they already build a system. With that system it totally surround them. That's why we very stand against this examination malpractice without alarming, because it's part of the system we them build for say we not for be educated, we not forget awareness, we need for input we serve cheating, malpractices, undue advantages, so on and so forth, so that at the end, come what may, we cannot perform. So this has been the system we don't build. First, we get with good goals, because however, throughout the past years, them we able to get people them will be trained from schools, and today they are doing very well.
What's in this network they focus on?
Patriotism, now first one, and the civic education.
In what sense? Make them simple for like, as in, what's in the drive on for take action on the advocacy?
Nah, any act we get for deal with and unpatriotic act, basically just like the foundation we get for deal with the upcoming generation. We not truly focus on the elderly people, but upcoming generation. That's why when it has to do with examination malpractices, it gets for deal with the upcoming generation. Which is that the input in them system, now then they left for give back come 2, 3, 5 years ago in the country.
This advocacy, this network not be consistent with their voice on like the thing we talk about the upcoming when it comes to the advocacy for on Patriotic Act from the upcoming generation since 2013.
Yeah, surely we've been very consistent in that, and we get a lot of success stories them. And part of the people that we started for groom in those early days, they are doing exceptionally great now. They work in institution. One of them now in the work now when Sister Mastanswari. She was part of Patriotic Advocacy Network, where be the FSA. She's doing pretty well. And journalists like Musa and everybody, so on and so forth. They've been part of our work. We are apolitical, so we not focus mainly on the big guns. Yeah, we focus on the young generation. And we get a huge empowerment skills of 1,124 people that were empowered from that day to now. Just look at I tell you, for make people accept a positive mindset, for make they accept change in this country, a cumbersome. Because the trajectory to change, it starts from the homes, the community, the schools. Before we back, they can intervene. So tell you they can meet we get a lot of battle for them. We're there in a society where in the homes, they're not having nothing for say, you for lucky country. Picking them born in this country, yeah, so. And then at a home, we are in mama and papa, they get fixed mindset about people. Them. You just see, papa, they knock mama, mama, they use abusive language against and to the pa before the picking. They tell them for say, we get the words the way that they use for say, you know, sober, you papa, not sober, is papa. No. So the picking already imbibe that in himself. Then we go to the community way for safe guide the picking. No. Drug abuse, you see a lot of violence acts, cause, indecent behavior and everything. Within the homes, you see homes, the neighbor, they get palaver. Within a system we are in, the mama, they tell the picking for me, the picking mix by the palaver. And when the picking mix by the palaver, now that system, they do already imbibe them. You go to the schools. The schools, they're no longer safe again for the picking them. So we're there in a situation we are in. We are dealing with a mindset of young people with a mind fresh. But in as much as with the impact in them positivity, we get a lot of negativity. And that negativity, then whether they put into themselves, now then they spend more hours than how they spend with we. Like we establish chapters in all major schools. We only they meet with them once per week because now we capability day. And that once per week can be every Thursday. And when we meet with them, the story them way with the year is so much. It left for be with parenting and everything key. And I can always tell people them for say, let's one day we forget about SLPP, APC, politicians, government, councillor. We think about we own civic role. Where the Constitution tells you, if you check back the same section 13, paragraph H for say, we all get a responsibility for bring up we Pekin in a very beautiful and patriotic way. So, let me forget about.
So, in all of this, how they draw the line for overlap on issues of unpatriotic behavior and civic responsibility from the foundation where you say they deal with?
They are interconnected because civic responsibility, they teach you about your patriotic duties, you love duties where you do for your country. On patriotic and activities in the deal on the and the flip side of everything. So simple acts there like throwing dot in a street. But we can go down to the level that you are speaking. You need to be very respectful. Not only respectful, it starts for how you talk to your parents them, how you talk to elders them. Then we even they teach young people and for say, hey, it's as common as we eat pan plates. For just simple be gentle, pick that plate up, you go wash them. It's as common as we drink water pan sachets, fend dustbin you put her. If you not see dustbin, not give you excuse for say dustbin, not to get on a street. Put her inside your pocket or put her in your bag. So we they start from the thing and they how for love your country. We teach them within our patriotism. Explain to them the difference between patriotism and nationalism. We explain all those little things. That above all, we tell them the essence of hard work, be responsible, and how for study. We teach them within our responsibility. We tell them for say responsibility. Now we get a particular goal for say you want to achieve this goal. Then you ensure for say you achieve them. For instance, if you dey go school, you forget a goal for say, me I for sabi part of speech, me I for sabi tenses, me I for sabi and the synonyms, antonyms, those things therefore they part of you. Me I not for accept undue advantage. Me if then give me spelling. out of 10, I for sabi those common things. I for sabi write one page thing. So these are responsibilities where they teach the picking, so they make them small competition for them, where they give them prize. The one that they try better, we get mentors there where they meet them parents. But I'm telling you, my brother, parenting is one of our biggest problems in salon. We are work. One of our biggest problems na parenting. We're not too keen about those in governance. I can tell people in this. All what we keen about na the bad system where they don't build for we, where we don't accept her. That at the end, what would they say? How for do? How for do I don't pull salon? How for do I don't pull everything? So now, for round off with your question, when we observe the rampant rate of examination malpractices, we don't dey talk about them. I can still remember in 2018, we launched with education campaign with theme combating injustices, marginalization, and corruption within the schools. But now we notice two key things. Number one, we notice for say those brilliant speaking them, whether they study, they're 5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, they need to study again.
Okay.
Then back they talk.
I want to keep the examination findings for a bit. Now, let's pay attention a bit on some of the activities there, because you don't talk about the thin line between patriotic advocacy and the civic education. And let's look at some of the activities there, because also again you mentioned about the over 1,000 picking the way UNADO empower.
Sure.
Whether any sort of empowerment way, again, but it don't pull them from one stage to another. Highlight some of the activities them where a landmark activities that would open up a push.
Yeah, and we get the leadership and public speaking masterclass, which happen every September, because we believe we can call it LPMC. If you search bottom on online, you see right now for say it's so amazing. They we don't empower young people them when it comes to leadership. We explain to them what's in our leadership, what's in our responsibility, like I say, and what's in the fundamental principles of leadership. Count scholars them and what's in the attributes of being a leader. That we get the argument for say whether a leader the bonam or a leader na groom the groomer. Well, it depends on the argument so far. So we get and then we include public speaking there, because we believe for say a leader should be able to communicate his or her vision. If he never communicates, no problem. Moses, we Muslim like he call Musa, he begets problem with his tongue. Now a leader, but what he do? He call on God for make God give him a support system. Islam they call him for say God give him brother when Aaron, we Christian they call her Aaron. Aaron now will be very eloquent when it comes to speech. So then they tell me for say a leader for able to communicate very well. And we think for say part of we problems then a salon, a poor leadership. Leadership is responsibility. Leadership is accountability. So there and then we they train people and for say, if you want this position, you don't get this position, you don't campaign for this position. Why should accountability now be your problem? And it go with public speaking, how best you communicate. And we find out for say even in places them, employee relationship can be a problem. How leader they communicate to employees them. How customer relationships they affect the country. Courtesy, the people don't know how for talk. You go places them, some man they play with TikTok. Posse can't do business with you. You are playing with TikTok. And we not get the conviction for say, when you na public servants, minister, president, including President Bio, when you do anything for Salo, we have to celebrate you. We don't have to celebrate you. You are doing your job that you are being paid for. Then give you motor car, then give you fuel. Good lodging, that they pay you. Even another thing. So why should we celebrate you? But all dwells down to me inception, what I talk about, the mindset. We must be demanding from these people. So that can happen inside September. Then we get the next one when are the public speaking for girls. And they happen inside October and targeting the International Day of the Girl Child. And can happen every October. The public speaking for girls in a smooth platform wherein we deal with 3 key areas: public speaking, spoken words or poetry, that's music. We notice for say we get a lot of talented young people them na salon. We can sing, where they use spoken words or poetry. So it's not about talk. We tap into them. So we get with songs them where we don't compose, where all they add into we advocacy work because they use music also. Myself, I composed a song, which now one of the best songs them who they use, who don't they use in advocacy work. Then in November, we can get with Kapu Sense Challenge. That Kapu Sense Challenge, a quiz about the history of Salon. It's purely civic. Everything from where we not gain independence, it's up to the date, everything. You get very, very good rounds them. They'll get December now, where we're now with National Storytelling Festival, where they promote culture and everything. So September to December, we can be highly engaged. Then during electioneering process, we now work out that slogan, Peace for Day, under 2023 elections, because it was so hype. We do your little bits what we can do, and we people have the strain for understand with now the PR system, the district block system. People will not be understand for say this PR system not for the first time this we don't use them. We don't use them way back during President Kaba in term. But people don't understand. They don't understand with now PR system. So there be the full people and we try for sensitize them for me to get understanding. But on the whole, because of the hyping of that election, we be say whatever the circumstance, let there be peace. Then we notice for say after the 2023 election, apart from section 40 of the 1991 Constitution of Salon, we talk about the qualification of being a president, age 40, political party, and everything. There is no yardstick where Salon give as a nation for Uda for be a president. So any kind Jik and Jack can come once you don't 40 years a day with any political party, they talk for say I want to become president. There must be a yardstick as a nation. We're really serious. For say this individual forget a very good track record with unblemished, I use the word unblemished character. Because when you become the president of Salon, as an African country in particular, not even African country, we are not limit ourselves. Because see how Donald Trump they use in presidency, so powerful. The president is powerful within the term of office. He is powerful. The Constitution gave him or her that right. So in 2023, we note that down. And because we not get any yardstick for the time,
the constitutional review recommendation will be going to Parliament. When I've been put there.
Yeah, we do. Now that's what I want come for say. Okay. We do and for say we need a yardstick, bruh. But not anybody where they just come because and get money everything. But ask now wait till the constitutional review and the documents, the amendment document. I think section 30 in the amendment document. In talk for say, apart from section 40, we talk about that age 40 for the political party. In talk for say now, you can be a presidential candidate. Even if you're not person, we're not depend on political party. But if you get money, huge amount of money, then they know you part of the country. You can stand as an independent candidate under presidency. You know that the independent candidate are purely for MP, members of parliament. So when I look at the amendments of the constitution throughout, it's all about elections. Would have for be president, would have for be ECSL, boss, the criteria, everything. So that's why when President Bio appoints the new ECSL boss, you see APC, then Tawa. What meant then Tawa? Then say because the Amendment Act, in we don't talk for say there will be a consultation committee that will do the selection. But that's an amendment, pass into law. And it will not pass into law, you cannot have it as a law. But sadly for we nation, both SLPP and APC are the talking proudly, without no iota of doubtfulness. They only think about themselves. So we not get a yardstick there for say. In order for this individual to become a president, if we don't get this threshold. Now another thing we'll notice also, we notice for say the political parties, Salon, the big two, SLPP, APC, they not get a political philosophy where therefore drive the nation. So anybody will come with the county own way of doing things. Now, for instance, President Koroma account the free health care. President Kaba account that Sababu education. I don't know if you remember about that Sababo education. This Sababo education have a very brilliant idea where any government way for become in a trash them out totally. What if for do? If for build on them, suicide loopholes they improve on them. Because a Sababo education in work in line with waiting President Bill Gates so this free quality education. We are in President Koroma in cause that free health care. Yes, in gain your lapses. But as patriotic citizen, when this government come, for trash them out. Waiting for do for build on them because it has to do with free and health of the people them and a careness. So they improve on her will make it grown. But a nation without a system, anybody will come, it do what you want for do. Sadly for us.
And so, man, I continue for still to enter the program. The program midday show, they continue. We'll take short break now. When we come back, we'll look at some issues. Then we go into this network and findings on the examination malpractice on the current exam. We'll take this break.
This time we come to salon. So we know it's not the team, the man then fit come together. Cause no other person no can for make salon pass we. Listen to the lyrics, the message, learn some lesson and get some blessing. Go to utter we for Yegi, then they shoot and they loot. The man they don't die, but then picking they cry. The problem just a pile, nobody know the smile. And they cause it up, just a double. People they grumble, say they not go able, they continue stable. Waiting for do. Now for stop the effects, make use of waiting we get, forgive and forget. Those well a bit of medicine, so we go well. With God and blessings, salon go well. That's in the work go day, and then go they pay. Then big businessman go come, so we say become. Bookman go call a tool, picking go to school. We go travel up and down, it's go plenty in our tongue. The one with the sing or play, but set go get small. This total lie, we go try it and the vibe of us. Let we beg God for this one what?
Salon Milan, Salon Milan, Salon now we own. Salon for me, Salon for you, Salon for we all. To wait the gun, to wait the gun, let we let for run. To wait the gun, to wait the gun, let we get some fun.
The brother Salon man there and sister there. No, the man they left for sleep. Now begin creep. Yeah. Man, they feel pain and strain, but I believe in the end, we must get gain. If we listen to the lesson, we'll get some blessing. Now we all the big God for this one word, and now this way, if we say we go get one word, let we left Akata and Fala Makata. Stop the badat and Kongosa.
Well, from that music day, they continue the program midday show, and inside the program, before we come to the studio guests, they go and look at other issue this time. We'll go outside as the defense lawyer don't begin read some of the message between the late Sia Fatou Kamara and Abdul Pakar. The state prosecutor Yusuf Isaac Sise say all the message are a make-up story for make the court feel sorry for the accused. For more on this, may we join with court reporter Fatou Nyangiji Bakpa.
I can't sleep, Paka. I can't breathe properly. I cry begging you. I almost lost my life begging you. I missed days without going for classes. My BP went up. You sacked me because of the way I dressed, not for cheating. That's not some of the email message them where Abdul Pakar been read na court. Where according to Sia Fatou Kamara bin sent inside July 12 and 14, 2019. The term where Sia Fatou Kamara bin in Nairobi, Kenya. And this term, they mean de Pamplaba. According to the defense, they read this message na court for make them know how the relationship been tanlek between Abdul Pakar and late Sia Fatou Kamara before he died. As plenty people believe say, the relationship been toxic. We make the defense been send a 45-page booklet of printed email message them we been there between Abdul Pakar and the late Sia Fatou from 2019 to 2024. Where the message here show the conversation between Abdul Pakar and Sia Fatou Kamara. Where in the leading accused, the defense lawyer Emmanuel Teddy Koroma read page 12 and 14 out of the 45-page email message them. And page 12 reads say, Pakar, I am telling you I'm dying, my health and everything, and you are not even concerned. You know my state and the state of this county. I told you I went to the hospital. They gave me tabs I can't even swallow because they are so big. My blood pressure is really up. I can't even tell my mom. But I need someone to talk to. I am weak. My heart is pounding. My head is spinning. I can't even eat. This conversation, according to the defense lawyer, had been happening inside March 28, 2022. The other message were sent inside October 6, 2019, it say, I am helpless. Forgive me, please. Life is so short. I don't know what will happen next. My life, oh, Parker. I wish I can send voice note so you can hear my breaking voice. Please don't do this to me. The other message reads say, even though I know I am blocked, I will keep checking cause the Parker I know hate seeing me sad and I hate seeing you sad as well. The other one talk say, hey babe, good morning. I am just asking you to hear me out. Do you really think I would tell my dad that I was stressed? I didn't want to tell my dad until I formally introduced you to him. Just hear my rubbish, please. But after this, the state prosecutor Yusuf Isaac Sise object say, this particular message not get date and sender. So possibility go they say, not to see a sending message here. Now make the defense counsel make up this message. And the judge will be the preside over this matter, been record this objection. And page 26 reads say, babe, please, let me papa not tire by you. Me don't shame now for letting record in voice and beg on me behalf. Please, give him that respect at least. And this message, according to the defense lawyer, say have been sent on November 6, 2020. But after this particular message, Yusuf Isaac Sise, the state prosecutor, object back and talk say this message safe, not get date and sender. We mean say na make up story, and the judge been same way record this objection. Page 15 of this same email message, we dated 28 March 2020, we see have been sent read say, sorry to disturb you with my problem. I posted on my status few minutes ago, but took it down for people not to see it and tell my mom. But I know I was angry, and I have every right to be angry. But I won't beg you again, because I know my health and life is not important to you, but I will fight for my life for the sake of my mom. I never had BP, but I got it because of the stress I got from you, and I won't beg you or bring your baby mama into this again. So goodbye. The accused will continue for read page 35, we dated 17 February 2022, and read say, I am still a child learning. Give me this time to prove my loyalty. I want to have children with you. I want to wake up by your side, getting your sweet smell. I am begging you as my life depends on it. Forgive me this last time. At this point, Abdul Parker begin cry as in they read the message, and the defense lawyer Teddy Koroma tell him for letting left for cry. The accused been same way so read page 40, we dated 28 March 2024, and he read say, all the issues we are having is as a result of my actions, and I am not proud of it. I keep overstepping my boundaries, but all waiting me get for say, now that I'm sorry. I have tested that my anger is shitty. I hate sharing you, the thought of it alone. But it's fine. This is a month of forgiveness. Please unblock me. But with all the message here we let Sia Fatu Kamara been the send, person go wonder if Abdul Parker not been the reply. This na the same question when the judge wey been the sit down for this matter, Justice Ganda, asked the defense lawyer Teddy Koroma, and Iti Koroma respond say, Parker been the reply, but him put the message them under 4 category before him print them. So, now make you not read Parker in response yet. Page 27 of this same email message read say, I went at the hospital yesterday. I told Paul to contact you. I hope he did. I am not with my phone. This message where the late Sia Fatu Kamara been sent, make Abdul Parker been respond say, but you are using the same iPhone to send me these messages. Get yourself together and stand on what you believe. Get well soon. The defense lawyer Teddy Koroma not been able to read the 45-page booklet of printed email message them wey been there between the late Sia Fatu Kamara and Abdul Parker because of time. We make the judge Justice Alfred T. Ganda adjourn the matter to July 8th this year for make the defense counsel continue for read the balanced message them. for Radio Democracy, Mina Fatu Nyangiji Wapade report.
Well, from the report today, the program midday show still they continue. We still get the team lead in the studio for Patriotic Advocacy Network, where they will tweet today, and we're going to look at the background and some of the activities that we're going to do for pull voice and cry out issues and acts of unpatrioticness in the country. We still get Ansumana Ketan, so good afternoon and welcome to the second half of the program. Yes, we'll not get better time again. So this time I will focus on the findings of an examination malpractice report. First off, what to bring the urge for focus on exams and what thing happen inside exams?
Because things don't come out bad. It don't come out bad, really bad. Examination malpractice, as we say, not what it didn't start. It don't start for over 30 years ago with WAEC and everything. And not to Salon no more, it affects other countries, the Nigeria, Ghana, and the likes. But two things happen we really urge we for say we need for team up Tranga one. Of course, we don't start since 2018. The two things we happen, one, we notice for say brilliant students them who they interact with, they're no longer interested for study for WASC. They don't be demoralized and they're discouraged. When you ask them why, they tell you for say clearly for studying and nothing. Because when you go to the hall, they show you. And others they study, they get on the advantage. And secondly, what happen, big thing, till we as serious as it is, the public don't accept them. Now if you talk for say examination malpractice, they happen per WASC or the public exam, to any normal Salomon, it's okay. Not to something very big. Not new, exactly. So we a worrisome. If now the public, we talk about examination malpractice, nobody need a feel for say no, it's been accepted. And part of we observation in we report, we also notice for say, even down to MPSE, that they show there. We notice for say there are so many types of examination malpractice where they go on.
So not for WASC no more, do this?
Not for WASC this was also. But part of the observation we notice for say from MPSC. And now Becker is coming. So if MPSC picking on begin, then they show them. What about WASC? And we notice for say a lot of things they happen, types of examination malpractice. We get this was when a leakage when a emboku. Students, smartphones, them.
We get them before you go inside.
We get them before you go inside because you get the other picking way. You go now our examination centers. He puts in data on network, not the nine Jesus. So then they show for say during with time na calculator will be one geometry set, but now na iPhone they want or Android phone. Then we get the other one where they show inside the hall. Then they in so common where they go. You get the supervisors them, and one of the students intel with also we notes. He say when a core paper like English, math, na coin. I say what's na coin? He say na 100 UDP. When a practical, na 50, and when a normal, you can get them 30, 20. He say then na a must. So brilliant student they now them back need for go pay. So imagine you the sit then they pay them and they will get the other one where it's so common when na the special room, including even government WASC. You get some compromised school authorities them where they create special room for some candidates there where they go write the exam, then they treat them special and everything that they show them, which is so much wrong. And over the years we notice for say results they can find, but when it comes to English language, you not can find it. Because English language, when you go chat GTP, for say write this essay, they give you now all the same essay. If you're not meticulous now for them, you all get the similar thing, then automatically the examiner can just and they fail una. Then later we notice for say there are so many causes for examination.
But all this happen back from math.
Maths? Yes, exactly.
When a number.
Exactly. But math now, for say math can get a system. Sometimes in mathematics, I'm not a math student per se, but sometimes in mathematics, not to the end result that they look at. How you arrive towards that, according to waiting and tell me for how they grade math. They say math, they're more meticulous about. If you say this in total, now 10.5, how you arrive for get that 10.5. So Boku examiner they're curious about your formula than the end result in mathematics. So based on me, I might be wrong
Yeah,
from that point.
before we go into some of the things they want to also find, una also don't really maybe observe if imagine the amount of students already sit. If really the examiner and they take the time for look at details for mark like the process where you talk about, because you know they talk no more on the bone and not talk on the dog.
They not get that time there, and now be the talk so part of now boagi chat and examiners they pay them better for mark.
Yeah, because when you not get they not go put more effort for what?
No. And Third na be 5 million they pay them for one paper. And you didn't put much time. Imagine that meticulous for read word by word, like any mistake you do online and everything.
Yeah, because you get some students and way you know go talk the way you want them.
I agree.
You go put them in a way where if you read them and you mature past them, you can able to understand.
I agree. So that's why even when we noticed that when I'd be schooling, even when I do my first degree and my second degree and everything, especially when I apply as a law student back then, before I graduate now, even at law school when I be there, I always ensure that my first 2 paragraphs, all my cases, them, everything I answer the question. Because not only within lower level or secondary school level, even universities, even law school, everything. You get some lawyers and some judges that they tell you plain for say, if you don't write sense, I will just fail you. So my first 2 paragraphs, you not see sense, they just a draw line. A go part of the poverty, not only poverty, the human aspect. So that's why if me they talk to young people, they write exam, I can always say that you first 2-3 paragraphs, put all you answer there. Later now, you can go beat around the bush and everything. Like if I can mentor some law students, them where they even so in a law school, I can tell them for say, when you they attack, just attack for say this question deals with this case, and this principle was applied. You underline that. You flow now, you can go talk John is a boy and everything, but then they take time for you, make you know waiting. But on the whole, you cannot give what you don't have. Now they picking they need a study. Most people they don't know foresee the arts them. I think by tomorrow Friday, right? But of them they don't foresee it whilst they done. But it's so sad for the nation that a whole public exam like that they go on, you cannot feel the WASC. And what money we more WASC na salon, they don't build a system wherein and they determine young people their future. But come push go before na life because of all what they tell you, hey me, it was nothing not happen. So it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
And in the reports, we agree with what the president be say for say the parents work that they help the picking for cheat. But in addition also, we talk for say, yes, Mr. President, we agree with you. But also, it's a syndicate. We also involve the government, authorities, parents, work, and even with the public. So we're not for focus on the blame game.
Because even some government officials and picking themselves, they take some of the exams that might not be in from government school, and if they say the entire process, you get that kind syndicate moves there where you talk about paying for core paper, practical, and the optional papers there.
Yeah, I agree. And then they yourself can be fearful because then they're in a position of trust. One call, like you want to make things very easier for the young picking them. So it's sad. So each and every one possibly we get a role for play because when we input paddle picking and I left for give it back. Mainly people like you talk for say, hey, policeman there, soldier man there, or those in authority, they may perform well, especially when it comes to the police. I tell them for say, years ago, what we implant in the public servants as speaking, now they deliver. You don't use for me then get undue advantage. You find out for the salon you work in place, all man they abupan sababu undue advantage so much. Because now waiting the implanting them. Imagine picking the as young as that picking the way for study. Instead, na TikTok in there, na phone in there, and you know they field for say exam day on. make you still remember the ERO seat was. You know for say, are they on exam? We need to talk for say the exam will be difficult, that much, but it must be monitored. But we get a lot of yardstick. And finally, we send a strong message to the government for say, this is not a big slap in the face of the government. For a government where they proud for say since 2018, they came up with the free quality education. They not only say free education, they use quality there. We need for be serious as a nation. We pray for make God save we from Kalokalo. We saw Kalokalo na this nation here. So we need for be serious. If we're not serious, we are heading for doom. Even the one themselves we will focus the picking there now. At the end, we all fail, we all perish as a nation. When at done there, we no need for do. But however, we still get time. We get time for a right we history of we country. We get time for stand tall. But each and every one of we get a role for play. Don't forget about the blame game. Like I tell you, me not care about politicians or those in governance. I care about the layman. And be me focus so on and so forth. So we give out that reports there, and we write to the minister also official letter for say we're willing for collaborate with them, and the Minister of Civic, Mr. Siba, and all day it oversee. I think they begin this civic engagement
today.
Yesterday. So when he return, we hopefully want for meet with them. It's not about the blame game. We willing for engage people them, for engage the future for how they count awareness, even in the public for acceptance, and because of awareness not there.
Okay. So in our reports, wanna put anything about recommendation on USAI for start?
Sure.
What do you say?
Massive awareness needed, and education.
Awareness about waiting.
About and the essence of education and the ills engaging malpractices, and that ills they get for deal with. Not for now. For now, we may have say, hey, the picking not get requirements. Like the other picking after last year, after the results come and get 3 A's. We get 3 A's when watch a result now. Like, eh, this in Boku now. Are you to go get 3 A's? Are you to go get 3 A's? The way you watch a result, you say, eh, this in Boku now. Because you not confidence in. You understand? When I talk to you, it's not about anything. When I talk to you as a young lawyer, I for no way to do. You understand? When I see a file where clients meet me, I they tell you whether you're wrong or I don't need for consult book. You understand? So now this we need for implants in people in their lives, in the young one there. But not to a picking they go watch results here and say, eh, this in Boku now. And in Boku because it don't deserve. How come what may go say, okay, I think you get A1 per mat, can't solve this problem, Paul. And but I'm telling you, I swear to God, before I go university, that foundation who gets by English, nothing not change you. The subject verb agreement, the tenses, and everything, nothing not change. Now improve no more than can improve. The essay type, letter writing, argumentative, narrative, article, even in journalism. Now that article writing though, nothing not change. Now improve no more than improve. But if you not get a core foundation, you dey see person say they read mass com, they read law and everything so far. That individually for even write a sentence. Like the other one. When I check online, I see they write the expressive word them. But when me and to talk now, I get a pen and paper. Now problem. I say, oh, you not just GCP now they post online. You understand? AI. Yeah. It's not bad for use AI, but let it be used responsibly and everything. So we get problem, we get a lot of problems. You understand? As a nation, we get a lot of problems. But let it be a wake-up call for everybody, and we see how best to take seriousness. July, Becker the start.
Okay. We're not get better time again.
Yeah.
With this, what's not the message?
The message out there is that we feature as a nation in blink, a doom. We not get it. If you see we not combat then small things there, come what may, that they continue for use with. Come 2028, now the same mistake we they do, if we not build we save. We still get time. We get time for make an informed decision 2028, but all start with you. You that picking, you get a responsibility for study hard. You that parent, you forget good parenting. And parenting only limited to you, we born that picking. A day within we all. You the elder person for monitor the young one, but you the elder person you for serve as an example so that we will get a developed nation. I think I tell everybody plenty thank you. Thank you, Radio Democracy. Thank you, the wonderful host, for hosting me, and all the listeners there on all plenty thank you.
Well, for myself, you have plenty thank you for joining me today inside this edition. Fumble with the tap the discussion. Again, plenty thank you to you listening and the one that we watching our Radio Democracy Facebook and YouTube page with producer Theodore Arena. Big one to you for this kind of program. I hope the one that we listen don't learn a lot about the current situation when it comes to exams, and people in high positions go know waiting for do on the current situation. The program that be midday show when it comes to you from the Society for the Democracy, and me technical person on duty na DJ Lulu make gonna get with live on a different radio sets them. Mary Kamara Bango make gonna see we live na Facebook and YouTube. Me will bring cancel on this edition. I name Jaffa Mans Davis to say